Warning, the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Couple of quick things. Sometimes if I buy a girl a drink after the show, she gets the wrong idea. She thinks I'm just a nice guy buying her a drink. No. Who's going out after this? Who's going out tonight? Loads of you. Well, I've got nothing but admiration. I mean, well done, but I can't wait to get home to bed. I've had a lovely night. I've really enjoyed talking to you, but I want to get to sleep now. I've got to an age where I talk about sleep like I used to talk about sex. You should have seen me last night. I was at it for 8 hours. Lighter down sheets, blackout blinds, the fucking lot. This morning the snooze button did not know what fucking hit it. Well, let's break out some rough stuff. It's that time of the evening. I'll tell you a couple of jokes that Channel 4 told me were not acceptable. Okay, it was the week of the tsunami. Remember the tsunami? All I wanted to say was the tsunami was terrible. Tokyo was covered in raw fish and seaweed, a situation the mayor described as delicious. Could have been worse, I could have said delicious. But I didn't, because that would have been crazy racism. I had a similar thing with Hurricane Sandy. You remember Hurricane Sandy that devastated the eastern seaboard of America? All I wanted to say was it was the worst thing to hit New York since those two planes. Possibly they got it right on that one. I tend to get into trouble with the papers for a joke once a year. Obviously last year I went rogue. But I tend to get into trouble for a joke with a journalist once a year. Last year, the joke that got me into trouble with the journalist was this one. You probably remember it from the last show. Why are they called Sunshine Variety Coaches when all the kids on board look the same? Now, the word variety is doing a lot of the heavy lifting in that joke, right? It's not that bad. The journalist in question said, you can't say that about retarded children. Time out. Because Variety, the children's charity, they do great work. They do a lot of stuff with mentally disadvantaged children. But they also do a lot of stuff with physically disadvantaged children and socially disadvantaged children. You can't lump all those kids together and go, bunch of retarded kids. You can't call anyone retarded kids. You're a journalist. You should know better. And also, being offended on behalf of someone else, in my mind, is literally fuck all. That's just you taking the high moral ground. For you to be offended, I think, minimum, you have to be the one that's offended. So if you're genuinely offended by that last joke, you're retarded. While we're talking about charitable stuff, as you leave this evening, there's going to be a bucket collection. There's people with buckets and tins, and I'll just briefly tell you what it's about. We're collecting money this evening for abused children. And if we raise between us just £500, we can buy their silence. That's clearly a joke, right? The reason I say that's clearly a joke is because I did a gig in Croydon a couple of months ago and a woman genuinely came up to me after the show and went, where are those collection tins? Just unpick that for a second. So not only did she not realise that was a joke, she wanted to help. Is anyone totally unoffended by anything I've said? You're totally unoffended by anything? Well, what's your name, sir? Hamdi. It's an unusual name, you don't hear that every day. Well, I imagine you do, it's your fucking name. Hamdi, what do you do, Hamdi? You're a student, what are you studying? Economics, whereabouts?
Royal Holloway.
Royal Holloway? Well, maybe if you'd worked a little bit harder for your A-levels. Just say Royal Holloway is not, I mean, come on. There are universities that have always been universities. There are universities that used to be polytechnics that then became universities. And then there's Royal Holloway, which I think used to be a 24-hour garage. And they got a delivery books and they fucking went with it. God love you. Right, let me try and offend you. All right, when I was at school, a mate of mine got caught wanking in the showers. Nothing? Well, it ruined the school trip to Auschwitz. It's not going to get any more offensive than that, dude. The joke about the worst thing that has ever happened. Oh, I can't tell you a more offensive joke than that, but I can tell you a story about me that will change your mind about me and then change it right back. Do you want to hear it? Yeah. Okay. Well, it concerns... It's It's basically telling you about what it's like being famous. What it's like is people ask you to do things, and it's nice to say yes, because normally it's fun stuff. Do you want to be on Top Gear? Yes, I do. Do you want to do a Jubilee? Yes, I do. Do you want to come and visit a hospice? It's palliative care for teenagers. Yes, I do. I got that call about 6 years ago. I said, yeah, I'll go. I didn't know what some of those words meant. I thought it sounds all right, teenagers. I imagine that'll be fun. Now, it transpires, palliative translates to dying, and I found myself in a situation where I went, well, I've got to go. I've said I'll go. And thinking, this is going to be shit. Hand on heart, I thought, this is going to be fucking shit. But I said I'll go, so I'll go. So I went there with very low expectations. I thought, I'll be lucky to get through this without tearing up. I went there, it was genuinely, I couldn't believe what a fucking arsehole I am. Because it was genuinely inspirational. It was brilliant to go. If you get a chance to visit a hospice, go to a hospice. They're amazing. Because I don't know what inspires you, but I like that idea of carpe diem, living in the moment, now being where happiness is. And if you meet life-limited teenagers, they're having that because they're aware of how precious time is, and I think we often forget in our day-to-day lives. So it was amazing to go and to be around. I've been back many times since, and I'd recommend it as a thing to do. It's really fun. They don't want to be shut away. They want to be part of society. The thing that blew me away when I went there was an incident. So if I go out to get coffee before the show, if I go to Starbucks, obviously my coffee shop of choice. Similar views. But if I go out to get coffee before the show, right, if there's a group of 15-year-old girls in the coffee shop, they'll be really flirty with me, not because I'm some super attractive dude, but because I'm a celebrity and there's a cachet to celebrity in our society, for better, for worse. There just is, it's a fact. So I'm used to that kind of flirting in that context. I wasn't expecting it within the context of palliative care for teenagers in a hospice. There's a girl in there, she just turned 15, pretty little thing, and she's a massive comedy fan. And she had all the DVDs, seen everything on YouTube, like really into it. And she was really flirty, and really tactile. And I thought, what? All she wanted was a kiss. And I thought, well, where's the harm? She's going to be dead before she can testify. I can see you think that's bad, but I can make that worse with just 2 words. True story. It is a true story, it just happens to be about a different Jimmy. Thank you so much for coming out, Hammersmith. So fun. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers.
And that was Jimmy CARR laughing and joking. That was a long special. I don't think we've ever sat through a long special. Yeah. Usually the comedy bit that we've done, like, 50 minutes to an hour. This is like an hour and a half of material. There were a lot of stuff that went over my head. I'm not too familiar. You're more familiar with stuff than I am.
Yeah, some British jargon. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that laugh though. That was different.
Yeah, really different. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like his wordplay on a lot of the things. Right, when he's transitioning to like different bits. Yeah, I feel like that's when he throw in the wordplay just to go into whatever it is that he's going into. Yeah, and then there were a few times when not a few times, a lot of time went over my head, and then you explained it a bit for me.
Okay, yeah. That's
like the gas station one.
Yeah, it's garage. So that's the term that we use.
Is it like the pronunciation of garage? Is that what it is, or just?
No.
It's a different word.
It's the same word.
Oh,
we just say garage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But a garage to us means somewhere like you go and fill up your car with petrol or gas.
Yeah, petrol. Yeah, I understood. I know what petrol is. Yeah,
right.
Gas.
Right.
It's a different world. It's a different world here. There's a part where you laughed at where, like, both of you laughed. So obviously, it went over my head.
Right.
Do you remember?
A lot happened. It was
It's very fast, right?
He's very fast and like so many topics.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like a story.
Yeah.
It was just like.
His transitions went from one thing to another. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like one thing this, one thing that.
Yeah.
Anything that stuck out?
His crowd work. Yeah, I really liked.
I really enjoyed that, like the crowd interaction.
Yeah.
This is from 2013, so there's certain things. If you're watching this here at the end, we're gonna have to bleep out because it's during it's current events that's happening. That's right when he naming nations and stuff. So we put out it's 2013, but it's bleeped out. So if you're wondering if you already know this special, you know what he's talking about. But if you're watching it to the end here, it's gonna be bleeped out.
Yeah.
We can't use that, obviously. You
It's
know what's going on.
2013 and it's in England.
Yeah, it's what's going on in the world as well, right? You know,
yeah.
it's like, whoa, that really hits that. What's going on? The big current event that's going on.
Yes.
Yep, big ordeal. Yeah. So.
But yeah, his crowd, audience participation is
Yeah,
good.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, and then,
They're funny. Brits are funny.
wow, but the camera work on that was good also because they pinpointed whoever was, you know, a lot of them that were like yelling out at him, and then they zoomed in on that. You know, I guess they were ready for that, right? That's part of his bit, so I guess they know his material, so they had camera ready to like just zoom in on the people that are talking. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't remember watching this?
Nah, I've never seen this.
Oh,
Definitely,
so
I've never seen this. So it was. I mean, I've seen his shows before, so I'm kind
But not
of used to
this one.
his style, but definitely not this one. And it didn't surprise me that it was quite a funny show, right? Yeah, it's just fast. It's, just typical Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr. Yeah, just quick response, very witty,
Yeah,
very clever in his response.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You have something else to add?
No, just British humor. Yeah. Very.
Yeah, she loved the British humor. I mean, you know.
It's different from
Yeah.
American humor. Yeah. they're wordsmiths in a sense.
Wordsmiths, yeah. Yeah, I believe you have a lot of specials, yeah, Jimmy Carr? Like lots.
Yeah, he's got
Like,
quite a few.
One every year at least for like the last 20 years, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Once again, that was Jimmy Carr from 2013, Laughing and Joking special, an hour and a half long special. So if you do like our reaction, please like, comment, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Chee-hoo.